I know I charged this thing. Shoot. It ain't been sitting on the charger that long not to cut that light on. Cut it on. That's some country shit right there. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, honey, and we are down here, girl, good 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 girl. Should I lose the earrings? I'll keep the earrings. What's going on, everybody? We are down here, girl. Yes, I had to cut my hair. It was time. It was time. I knew I was going to do it during Virgo season, during my season, so it needed to be done. And I will be back to my natural color. Shout out, shout out to the girls and the girls, are whose natural color is blonde. Yeah, so I'll be back blonde soon. But it felt, when I tell you, oh my god, it felt so good. I just have to say that. So we back. 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 So we back, girl. So I came down here to talk about Tyreek Hill, right? Because he was on the blogs. One of the first things I saw on the timeline this morning. He's gotten in trouble again. Girl, I did not know that he broke somebody's leg. Because I don't think I talked about him the last time he was in the news. I talked about him with the child abuse allegations, but I didn't talk about him when he broke that girl's leg because she was out playing him during, like, they were practicing and she was out playing him and he ran into her and broke her leg. Like, he got angry and did what his body has been trained to do while he's being enslaved by the NFL. He crashed into her body. He crashed into her body and broke her goddamn leg. And then just recently, I don't know why he was in the news, but anyways, we're gonna come back to Tyreek Hill. We'll come back to Tyreek Hill because this is the first thing that I see when I logged into the blogs. Let me save it. Okay. I have a folder called Now I Sponsor the Blogs. Now, baby Mariah, she was so confused. That bitch was perplexed. Do you hear me? She was like,
I sponsor the now. Yes. I sponsor the blog. Let me tell you something.
Bitch, are you saying I sponsor that? Now I sponsor the blog. I sponsor the blog. That is the best forever. Anyway, Kamillion, sorry to break it to you, but all these men are bisexual or fluid. Love people for who they are or be single forever. Prove me wrong then. Scrappy said, now if I said that, they would crucify me. If you said what, Scrappy? Shut up. Let's hear what she has to say.
Hey, ladies, if you are looking for your Prince Charming, you probably want to check in the gay clubs, bisexual men, gay men. If you're waiting on your Prince Charming, you're going to have to be cool with that because most of these men are laid up, cuddling up, besides Tyrone, and the way today works, people are fluid, and you're just gonna have to love them for who they are. So if you're waiting for your Prince Charming to come up off that bitch, he's probably on that nigga. And go get your man. Maybe you should go to Gay Pride next time they have it in Atlanta and find your man. Girl, don't be afraid. Get your husband. Hey, ladies.
She said, get your husband. They telling y'all to go to the bisexual men. I don't know where they heard that before. I'm telling you. Anyway, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Let me shut up. Let me read some of the comments. I'm gonna shut up because y'all already know my commentary on it. Y'all tell me you're forcing us, Erica. You are trying to force us. You're trying to force me, lady, in my mobile phone or on my smart TV. That lady, that bald-headed bitch with them fucking tattoos, she's trying to force me to be bisexual. She's trying to force me to be with bisexual men. She's trying to force us. She's forcing us. That's what y'all be saying in the comments. I'll be like, girl, ain't nobody forcing you. I can't even see you. See, told y'all to fuck with me. That's what Zell Swag said. Shout out to Zell. Zell ain't shit. As a gay man, I can tell y'all there is such thing as a straight man. They exist. Y'all just like to stay around gay men and be in our business trying to see who we laid up with. You want to find your husband, go to a sporting event, car show, gun show, hell, go to college. They're not there, sir. All men are bisexual. Scrappy, yep, we sure is. But if I say this out loud, y'all gonna drag me. Shout out to Lamsa. Well, I tell you, when niggas talk, that's why I don't understand what y'all be so enamored with them for. Because when they talk, be like, what? Nigga, shut your ass up. Scrap, is you trying to tell us something? Girl, I'll be single as a Pringle before I be with a bisexual man. Yeah, you will. You'll be single as a Pringle. Don't kill the messenger. Be safe out there, right? STD and HIV rate gonna stay high. No, that comes with protection, right? Protection and not thinking that because that's your man, that he doesn't have the capability of going out and sticking his penis, right? That's your man, but that's his penis, and he's gonna put it wherever he wants to put it. This morning I gave a shout out to all the wives fucking their husbands, even though they know the man is cheating, fucking their husbands unprotected. Shout out to y'all. Y'all some real ones. Y'all the ones. Y'all taking the highest risk. That's my husband. I'ma still fuck him raw. I don't care if he is fucking these bitches out here. That's my motherfucking man. That's her husband. Yeah, that's her husband. Y'all still be fucking your man raw. That's your husband, honey. Shout out to shout out to the wives who still have sex with their husbands unprotected, even though they know or suspect that their husband is cheating, because that's their husband. Keep my husband out of it.
But keep my husband out of it.
But keep my husband out of it. I'm not dating no man that's getting bent over. Sorry. FYI, scrap living your truth for a change. Why would he say that? So look at Scrappy said, now if I said it, y'all will crucify me. If he said y'all need to go out and be with bisexual men, y'all will crucify me. Or if I said, sorry to break it to you, these women are bisexual, love people for who you are, or be single forever. Here's the thing. There's so many things that can happen. Being single forever. I think that there are groups of people who believe that that's like a death wish. They have, I don't know how to say, accepted that, like, because a lot of it is like you want to be in a relationship, but there's like this unhealed part of you that desires a relationship, I feel, right? This is just a theory. I feel like there's unhealed pieces of us that go out and seek intimate partner relationships. And then we get into the relationships with these people and start relating to them. And then we start understanding things about ourselves based on what is happening in the relationship with the person. Because I feel like a lot of, if you go into the relationship unhealed, you're going to be either dealing with whatever your unhealed issues are. Okay, it can be anything. And then the relationship sours and it goes south, right? then you're like, okay, I don't want to be single forever, but you are not focusing on the pieces of you that need to be healed. Like the thing is, like in your mind, you're like, I don't want to be single forever, but you have a lot of work to do that requires solitude, right? It requires that you know that every time you get into a relationship, you behave in this manner or you act in this manner or you accept behavior that you shouldn't be accepting because maybe your trauma is people pleasing, right? So it's not like a lot of times people pleasers, they abandon their own needs to fill somebody else's needs and then they complain about it, right? They complain about doing things for people and not seeing anything in return. They have really poor boundaries. Um, and you need to fix that part of yourself. People pleasing is not a healthy thing to demonstrate all the time, because you abandon yourself for other people. So learning how to create boundaries. So things like that. So say if you're in a people pleasing relationship and you're like, this person is taking advantage of that. So you have to fix that part of yourself. But if you keep jumping from relationship to relationship doing the same thing, and it's like you don't identify, that's what I was the word, you're not able to identify, did I say that earlier? You're not able to identify that that's the problem because you are so focused in being partnered that you're not focused on what you need to do for yourself. And what happens is you start partnering and then you are um oh, I just heard a car accident. I heard it. I heard the bang. I was like, what is that? And then I heard a horn honk. Anyways, you don't recognize it. So you go from relationship to relationship instead of working on yourself. You don't want to be in solitude because it's like so many, it's like shout out to all the therapists out there because there's so much stuff happening that you're not like, it's like all this stuff happening that you're only focused on. I'm going to be single forever. You're not focusing on anything else. And there are people out there, women especially, who are in fear of that. And that is the reason why men are like, you're going to be single forever. You're going to be single forever. You're going to, this, if you don't go out and get you a bisexual man, you going to be single forever. If you don't like that, feeding into that, like, I don't know what you call that, but feeding into that insecurity, feeding into that insecurity that I'm going to be a solo person in this journey forever. I'm going to be, but it's like, you don't have to be, you're not really solo. You might be solo on your journey, but you're going to meet people along the way. You could be friends with those people. You could develop relationships with those people. You can put in effort, the same effort that you would put in trying to bring a man into your life is the same effort you should put into bringing other people, not in a romantic way, into your life. You can do that. And it's weird that because we prioritize romantic relationships, so we don't put in the effort into relationships that aren't romantic. I don't know if people just don't believe that that's an option to be a solo person. I just don't understand the wiring. I don't get it. Like having company is cool. Like having companionship, that's cool. Like I'm thinking like, okay, yeah, that's cool. But if you're not like there, fully there, you're not there and they're not there, that's not, the relationship is not going to work. It's unsustainable. And I feel like so many people are running from relationship to relationship and they're working their trauma out on each other, like, you know what I mean, and they're skipping over the counselor's office, they're skipping over the therapist's office, and they're going straight to the dick or the pussy, and it's like I don't know. There is an option to be single. There is an option to be a solo person. There is an option to create friendships with people. Like, I don't know. I don't know what advice to give y'all. A lot of y'all just feel like you need to be partnered. So here are the options, because the heterosexual men are showing up in a certain way. They're increasingly violent. They're increasingly violent. They are harming people they're in proximity to. It's really sad. So, I mean, the bisexual men are an option. You don't want a bisexual man, you want a heterosexual man. Okay, then go find you a heterosexual man. And then let us know what you come up with. Let us know how he treats you. Let us know how long I feel like there's something on my glasses, but they're not. Let us know how long it lasts. And I guess that's it. Rage baiting is a manipulative tactic used on social media to provoke an emotional response in users, which can lead to increased engagement and revenue. Designed expressly to outrage as many people as possible in order to generate interaction. This is what someone said on this post about bisexual men. So she is implying that the neighborhood talk posted a video of Kamillion saying date bisexual men. And this person is looking at this post as a tactic to rage bait, because women get enraged when you tell them to have sex or potentially have sex with men who have sex with men. But they are having sex with heterosexual men who have sex with men. Hey, girl. Hey, boo. We can't. So let's move on. Let's move on. All right, Tyreek Hill. Let me see. Let me go to the this morning. I'm surprised it's not on here. They were upset about the men wearing nail polish. It's crazy. KendrickLamar is going to be performing at the next Super Bowl halftime show, and the people in New Orleans are not happy because they didn't pick Lil Wayne. But then somebody came out and said Lil Wayne doesn't like to practice. He doesn't like to. He just likes to come and show up, and that's it. So he's not really and not really somebody who would actually would want to work with. Master P came out and said something. You don't know who he's bringing out. And then Regine said they envy greatness. That's what they were saying, because everybody thinks Lil Wayne should perform at the Super Bowl halftime show because it's in New Orleans. I don't know. What do y'all think? I don't know. I mean, is Lil Wayne family friendly? And everybody's acting like they don't know Kendrick Lamar. Do you know the album Damn? Right? Let me show you I'll show you the cover. Kendrick Lamar Damn. This album cover, I mean this album right here. You know this album right here? Do you know that since its album release in 2017, how many years ago was that? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 7 years. Did you know that every single song on that album still charts? It's still on the charts. Every single song. Did you know that? I found that out the other day. I thought that was remarkable, if you ask me. God damn. Your album is 7 years old, and every song on the album is still on the charts. Every single song on the album. Look it up. Ain't that crazy? Every song on that album is still on the charts. Let me see if it's on Wikipedia. Critical reception, track listing, personnel charts. 2023 year-end chart performance for Damn. It's number 41 on the Billboard 200 and number 17 at the end of 2023. Number 17 of hip hop R&B albums on Billboard at the end of 2023. We haven't gotten to the end of 2024 yet. But right now it says from decade end chart performance from 2010 to 2019, its position on the US Billboard 200 was number 10. At the end of 2023, it's 41. Certifications: 4 times platinum in Canada, 2 times platinum in Australia, 2 times platinum in Belgium, 2 times platinum in France. Mexico, gold. Norway, platinum. Poland, 2 times platinum. Singapore, gold. United Kingdom, platinum. United States, 3 times platinum. Released April 14th, 2017. And if you go to the charts, every single song on that album is on the charts. So I'm not sure where the people are getting their information from. I don't know. I just don't know. But I believe that Kendrick Lamar will put on a great show during Black History Month, and he may bring out Lil Wayne. Stunting on my daddy. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. He might bring him out. You just never know. You never know what happens. And people said, remember, Curtis shared with us that the people didn't know he was coming out. When he was coming out, he was choking himself because he was upside down. The other nigga was upside down about to choke his damn self, talking about go, go, go. So shout out to Kendrick Lamar for being chosen to perform at the halftime show. Bears quarterback Caleb Williams got his nails painted orange with 18 the Bears as he made his season debut. And the people are in the comments upset. Listen to the comments about men. This is 2024, right? Y'all plug your cars in to charge them. Ain't that crazy? You ain't never seen no shit like that in your life. You plug your cars in to charge them. Y'all have panels on your roofs, right? So that your home can be powered by the sun. Isn't that incredible? Right? We can actually say something and our telephones will respond and do what we ask it to do. You have vacuum cleaners that you could just turn on and they will run around the floor by itself. You ain't got to do nothing. And y'all still get your panties in a bunch over a man wearing nail polish, even though to date we have seen all walks of life of men wearing nail polish. Rockers, right? Goth kids, right? Skateboarders. I already said rockers. Some musicians, athletes. What's his name? Shaquille says he gets his toes painted all the time because his feet are horrendous, but he gets his toes painted all the time because it makes him look pretty because he knows his feet are ugly. People, it is the fact that you want to use ideologies to enforce on other people to suppress their expression is very white. And when I tell y'all be enforcing the illusions of white superiority and you don't even realize in your homophobia, that's what you're doing. This idea that men can't wear nail polish, if they do, they take dick, is ignorant. They're somehow feminine because they wear nail polish. But if you actually just asked this smartphone, see, y'all be dumb with smartphones, and you can ask, what is the history of nail polish? And you will see that it started with men in war. Like, isn't a man in war the most masculine shit you can be? Isn't it? And they paint their nails. But you are under a system that has told you you can't express yourself, person with a penis. If you identify as straight, you have to be repressed in every aspect of your life. When I tell you the patriarchy is killing men, that's what I'm talking about. You can't even express yourself. You can't even put colorful paint on your nails, because then you are, what is the worst thing that you can be in this society? A girl. You're like a girl. Everybody. Women are picking the bear. If a man walks up to me in the woods and wants to offer for us to sit down and paint each other's nails, I'm cool with that. It's the men that want to come in the woods and stick his body into your body. That's the problem that we have, right? Not a man saying, hey, let's paint each other's nails. You want to choose the bear. Paint the bear's nails then. Sit down with a bear and paint its talons, okay? You fucking idiot. Rodney said, duck. Here comes it's an agenda crowd. I said, they're out in full force. I said, it's so white for black people to believe that a man painting their nails is gay. Y'all keep enforcing the same rules that oppress you. You do. You don't even realize. Y'all are a bunch of agents. Not y'all, but y'all. Y'all a bunch of agents out here. Getting your nails painted or done is not a gender ordeal. Black people put gender on everything. Next question, Tamika. A man wearing nail polish will never sit right with me. I said what the fuck I said. Make black men straight again. They are straight and hypersexual and killing y'all every 5.5 hours. So what do y'all want? You want these masculine men and they ripping your heads off. They twisting your heads off of your bodies and throwing them in vacant lots. They are killing you and pushing you out the side of the road while you're pregnant. They are hitting you in the faces with skateboards. They are rendering you unconscious and putting out ads in paper so men can come and have sex with your unconscious body. Yeah, bring the heterosexual men back. Bring them back. Real men paint their nails. I speak for all black men when I say we support him. What you think and feel about a man and his nails is simply because someone told you that. No gender owns nail polish. Grow up. Damn, us females can't have nothing. Let me tell you something. If you are ever in conversation, there's like things, cues that I get from people that let me know what their state of mind is and what frequency they're on. When you hear a person who constantly says, us women, us men, you females, you men, there's a certain mind, they're ignorant. I'm not gonna even try to be nice. They're fucking ignorant. Us females can't have nothing. Ooh, these new men are so sassy. And I'm gonna say it. Y'all are using sassy as a way to say FAG. That is the way that you are using sassy, and everybody knows it. The jig is up, bitch. Y'all are calling these niggas FAGs by saying that they're sassy. And we know that you're doing that. Because let me tell you who's sassy. You know who's sassy? Chris Sales. That nigga is sassy. You know who's sassy? 50 Cent. That nigga is sassy. You know who's sassy? Martell Holt. That's a sassy motherfucker. Y'all need to use sassy in a way. I know sassy, you're using sassy as a pejorative to say that these men are feminine and gay. Sassy, they too much. Sassy means you got a lot of mouth, you talk too much, you sassy at the mouth. Too much. Hey Siri, what does the word sassy mean?
Sassy is an informal term. It means lively, bold, and full of spirit, cheeky.
Cheeky, bold, full of spirit. Y'all are using
what I found.
Okay, thank you. You're using it as a way to say that a man is gay. And it's a new way for y'all to say, everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Y'all are not speaking in code or nothing. Everybody knows what you're saying when you say that. Everybody knows what you're saying. It's so heartbreaking to see that so many of y'all are still homophobic or complying with gender roles in 2024. As a people, we must advance, learn to love and accept one another. We're all humans. We're trying to make the best out of this pretty whack experience. The gender norm, but the crazy part is it's Black people reinforcing something that they have assimilated to. Because if you get down to the root of it, painting nails with henna or whatever, it's culture. But no, you are enforcing illusions of white superiority. So anything you're stripping, you want to strip and make the culture unseasoned. You want to take it away. You want to enforce Black or white, binary, male, female. There's nothing in between. You are enforcing the binary. That's it. And enforcing the binary is the Matrix. Literally, Agent Smith is running around enforcing the binary. Oh, I mean, binary. 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 Binary, 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 binary. That's what you're doing. You're enforcing the binary. So that's what you're doing. And that's what Agent Smith is put here to do. Make sure you are in compliance with white, right? Even in your colorism, male, everything is male centered, right? Center the male, praise the male, worship the male. The male is your gateway to salvation, right? Heterosexual, enforce that. You got to be married, find a man, everything. Oh no, it's okay. I love the sinner, but I hate the sin, right? White, male, hetero, Christian. Oh yeah, y'all on that. Y'all stay on that. Y'all stay on the Christian because it's used to power the rest of the thing. It's actually used to power the rest of the thing. It's used to power you to being male centered and male identified and a mammy mountain climbing with boot wearing pick me, right? That's where that comes in. And then the way that women are compliant with beauty standards and body image, that's there too. Ever since I heard that white lady say these white women be eating cottage cheese and Diet Coke, they're in compliance with the patriarchy, baby. I said, oh shit, us being on diets all the time, trying to have our body look a certain way, that is literally compliance to the patriarchy. Hate your body so much that you're just always working on it. Not for you and your health. Shout out to everybody moving, doing their things, making sure their health is in order. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to y'all. I'm talking about the ones that are laying on tables for men. They're in compliant with what the patriarchy says your body should look like. And depending on who the community they're in, whatever the men are saying is good, that's what the women go with. I don't give a fuck if a man cross-dressed Monday through Sunday, as long as on Sundays he's winning the game for my city. Remember when football players seemed scary? Now they all got twinkle toes. But football players used to wear crop tops. They would wear crop tops, run around with their hands on their hips. And I don't understand polishing nails. Let's look up. Let's ask the history of nail polish. Let me go to chat. Let me go to Chat GPT. History of men wearing nail polish. See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all be dumb and ignorant and stupid and slow. And so I want to read you what it is. All right. It says the history of men wearing nail polish dates back thousands of years and spans various cultures and civilizations. Here's an overview of its evolution. Ancient civilizations, China 3000 BC, before your Jesus came to save everybody. On the earliest recording, uses of nail color to be traced to ancient China, where royal family members use a mixture of beeswax, egg whites, and vegetable dyes to color their nails. Different colors indicated social status, with black and red being popular among the elite. Egypt, 2000 BC. In ancient Egypt, both men and women adorned their nails with color, often using henna. Nail color was associated with status, and wealthy men would paint their nails to signify their power. Yeah, okay. The famous pharaohs, including King Tut, were known to wear nail polish. Middle Ages to Renaissance, Europe, 14th century to 17th century. During the Renaissance, men in Europe began to adopt ornamental styles that included nail color. Nail care became part of grooming, and some men used oils to dye and dyes to enhance their appearances. 19th century Victorian era. By the late 19th century, by the late 19th century, nail care products began to commercialize while primarily targeted towards women. Some men also took an interest in personal grooming, which included nail care. 20th century, 1920s to 30s, the modern nail polish as we know began to emerge in the 1920s with introduction of synthetic formulas and vibrant colors. During this time, some men in Hollywood began to experience a nail polish as part of their glamorous image. 70s and 80s, the counterculture movements in 70s saw an increase in gender fluidity in fashion. Rock stars and musicians such as David Bowie and Prince popularized the use of nail polish among men, linking it to self-expression and breaking gender norms. 21st century contemporary trends. In recent years, the acceptance of men wearing nail polish has grown significantly. Influencers, celebrities, and fashion icons have embraced nail art as a form of their personal expression. Brands have launched lines specifically targeted to men, and the concept of gender neutral beauty products has gained traction. Fashion and identity. Today, nail polish is seen as a form of art and self expression, with the many men using it to showcase their individuality. Fashion weeks and events often feature male models with painted nails, reflecting the evolving perceptions of masculinity and beauty. Conclusion. The history of men wearing nail polish illustrates a journey of societal norms and cultural shifts. What was once a symbol of status and power has evolved into a canvas for personal expression, challenging gender roles and embracing a more inclusive approach to beauty and grooming. So y'all be enforcing shit like you want the men, you think it's not masculine to have nail polish on. You think it's feminine, and therefore, and here we are back to the basics, right? Back to the basics. So, man wearing nail polish, you think it's feminine, therefore weak. So you have an issue with the feminine being expressed in men because you see the feminine as weak, right? You also see the feminine as being exclusive to people with vaginas, and therefore any person without a vagina expressing femininity is again not a man, or they're made fun of or whatever. We're back to you having an issue with someone expressing femininity, back to the male part of all this shit, right? Back to the basics, back to the root of this 101. Femininity, masculinity are performances, not exclusive to one gender group. We are all masculine and feminine. We can express ourselves with the use of whatever clothes, nail polish, hairstyles, whatever, to express our gender. And for some, they don't see nail polish as a gender exclusive adornment, like earrings, like rings, like necklaces. Men and women can wear that. It can be expressed masculine or feminine. But we're back to this thing where you have an issue with men expressing femininity. When men aren't able to express femininity, they are extremely dangerous. And that's all I have to say. When men are not allowed to access their femininity, And when they are encouraged and discouraged, encouraged to access more masculinity and less femininity, those are imbalanced, unregulated men, and they are dangerous to be around. So I just gave you a whole history on nail polish. So if you from today on moving forward have an issue with men wearing nail polish and you see that as gay or feminine, you have been successfully programmed. Successful. They're successful in the programming of you. So now you have that programming. So now we can use you as an enforcer of that. So now you work for them. How does that feel? How does that feel to work for the same group of people or the same system that will turn around and oppress you? Because you can't rock a bald head. That's masculine. You can't wear that, woman. That's masculine. Is that what you want to do? You want to be a strong man? Because you didn't cut all your hair off? You can't wear that. You can't wear pants, woman. That's masculine. You can only wear skirts. I came on here to talk about Tyreek Hill. Let's finish with him because, like I said, y'all not going to be happy until he kills someone. Tyreek Hill. Let's see what he said. The most recent thing, I said, y'all won't be happy until he kills someone. This is what happens when you allow domestic terrorists to roam free. This is what happens when your black body is being slammed into other black bodies for profit, slave. When his brain starts to melt and ooze out of his ears, then he's going to get more violent. Tyreek Hill has a documented history of his violence. And because he uses his body for profit, God, that's crazy. Because he uses his body for profit, he is allowed to rain terror on people. I did not know he broke a woman's leg. Let me read you the end of this article, child. In his most recent thing, Hill is facing a lawsuit from Instagram model Sophie Hall, who claims the Dolphin receiver broke her leg while she participated in a football drill at his mansion. He asked her to participate in offensive drills with him, told her since she has a 10-year-old son, she should practice the position as well. The lawsuit noted that the drills took place in a playful manner. However, Hall claims that Hill was humiliated after she was able to hold her own against him and even knock him back on occasion. That led the enraged 29-year-old receiver to charge at her with crushing force. Hill then forcefully and purposefully shoved Hall, severely fracturing her leg, which left her in excruciating pain. Hall lawsuit against Hill contains pictures of her x-rays and screenshots of Hill's DM to her. The Instagram model also posted a video of herself in a wheelchair and a cast last July. She had surgery and has had physical therapy sessions, still experiencing persistent pain. Defendant Hill's aggression towards Miss Hall is consistent with his history of violent and aggressive behavior towards women. Y'all are not going to be happy, but see, they allow, as long as I said it the other day, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to read my tweet. I said it the other day and I was like, I don't even remember tweeting this stuff, but I said it the other day. I said it, and I said yesterday, I didn't even remember tweeting this. Let me tell you something about men and why they're not your protectors. Listen to this. Y'all heard that story of the French woman whose husband and 51 men are on trial because her husband would render her unconscious and then put ads out in papers for men to come to their house and have sex with his wife. Yes, you heard what I said. And out of those 51 men that came to have sex with her, not one man came to save her. Not one man came to save her. And it wasn't this that put the man on the radar, that put her husband on the radar. It wasn't him putting ads in the paper, having men online, I say in the paper, but online, for men to come to his house and have sex with his wife. And when the cops showed her images, she was like, I can't even look at this. She didn't know it was her at first, but she's laying there unconscious. Not one man out of 50 men came to save her. Not one. Not one man came to that house and been like, is this real? Let me go see. Oh, this man is really in here letting men have sex with his wife. Let me go tell the cops, because that's weird. No, they wanted to join in on having sex with a lifeless body. That's why when women are raped, because I guarantee you, when men go up for rapists, they have done it. They've done it. I don't care what y'all say, because there's no reason why you would defend a man having sex with a woman unconscious and asking him to be released, asking men to be released. They call for the release of violent men all the time, because violent men, they are a threat to other men, but they're more of a threat to you. And when violent men are put away for threats against women or violence against women, other men are like, no, let them out. Because one, that gives them a space to say, hey, you need to partner with me because there's violent men out there. Come be with me. And then you see the intimate partner violence rates. You see men in close proximity to women doing the most heinous shit, their husbands doing the most heinous shit to them. Not one man came to save that woman. And y'all worried about niggas wearing nail polish. Not one motherfucking man came to save that woman from her husband. And then the men, I just assume that she gave consent because her husband gave consent over her body. So we assumed that it was okay. I said, okay, here. When did I say? I said it the other day. It was like a series of tweets. And I'm like, oh, here I said, men yell from the rooftops to free violent men from jail. As long as a man is not a threat to them, they love that they roam the streets, because then they can say that these strangers you need to be afraid of, so you can run to us for protection. Refer to the intimate partner violence rates. Imagine running to men for protection from men, and that man abuses you. Law enforcement does it all the time. Look at how many stories of women who have been SA'd and then they run to the cops and the cops SA them too. There are so many stories of women being sexually assaulted by cops after they go to the cop for help. They drive them somewhere and assault them. Too many stories. So then you call the cops. Oh, I need to call the cops in domestic violence situations. The cops will come. I told you that time that girl called the cops and the cops were out there laughing with the guy, laughing, because cops abuse their wives too. So the men sent to protect you, it's hard for them to see you as a victim when they do the same shit to their wives. So then they're outside kikiing with a man who just terrorized you and even allowed that dude back into the home. From my understanding, law enforcement is not supposed, once you are both outside, they're not supposed to let the man back into the house. You're not allowed the person back into the house. If it's a woman's house and she has a baby, he can't come back inside. They let that man inside, and when he came inside, he took her phone and her money. And the only reason why I know all of this is because she came up to my door and asked could she use the phone to call her raggedy ass mother, who wouldn't let her come stay with her because she had a motherfucking man there who didn't like her daughter. And he probably didn't like her daughter because he probably tried to push up on her daughter and she rejected him. Yeah, it's a whole fucking cycle. And guess what? She was Russian with a nigga. She told me his family uses me. She's over there cooking for his family. They using, well, I don't know what kind of benefits she's getting for the child, and they up there using her, his family, everybody. He's abusing her. I would hear that girl crying all the time. The door slamming all the time. She had a little baby down there. He was terrorizing her. Terrorizing that girl. And then when she finally called the cops are out there and laughing with him. If you remove the veil of romance, women would actually move away from partnering with men. It does men a great service to be able to get with women whose eyes are wound up in romance, because the reason why they're in the dazed and confused state is because of culture, society, media, and programming. No woman should be in proximity to Tyreek Hill with his history of violence. And just like I was saying this morning on my IG stories, it always reminds me of the construction of the NFL. It to me is just, it's slavery, and they just are rich slaves. I know there's a book out there called, I think it's called The $1,000,000 Slave. Your black bodies get traded. Your black bodies are used to slam into each other. Your bodies, not just black bodies, there's other bodies out there. Samoan bodies, Pacific Islander bodies, right? White bodies out there, and the men are slamming their bodies into each other, developing brain eating diseases. And they because they give them money, they excuse the behavior, because they're making profit for their masters, sitting up in the skyboxes watching these bucks, yeah, you niggas, slam your bodies into each other for profit. It is slavery to me. Every time I watch football, I see, like, shout out to KendrickLamar for performing at the Super Bowl. But when I see football, I see slavery. You traded in drafts, your body's being traded at any time, and you got to move. You got to move. NBA too. Your bodies are being traded. NBA is a little different. Their bodies aren't coming together as much. The rugby, football, the men are dying, and then because they're using their bodies for profit for these people, they excuse their bad behavior. Tyreek Hill should not have access to money. The access to money and the resources makes the girls go goo eyes, and so they get close to a violent man. He is not. He needs to be by himself. Nobody needs to be around him. You see, he gets upset when he's being. You remember that man who shot that girl on the basketball court because she lost? I mean, because he lost? He left and came back and shot her because she beat his ass in basketball. This guy, he gets upset because she knocks him down, and he ends up running into her like he's been taught to run into people. I know he's a receiver, but still, his body gets hit. Their bodies are crashing into each other. They have to wear protective gear. If y'all don't start putting flags on your damn waist and playing flag football, girl, because y'all, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And the more their brains deteriorate, the more violent they're going to become. The more they can't remember shit because they're having an early onset of dementia, the more violent they become. But no, he makes money for these motherfuckers, so let him go. Let him terrorize everybody. In a patriarchy, you will be convinced that your greatest threat is also your protector, and ignore that the closer you are, or the closer they are to you, the more danger they are to you. So in a system that is contradictory in every aspect of the word, you cannot run to your greatest threat, tie yourself to them legally, partner with them, remain in close proximity to them, and expect protection. And that's real. Tyreek Hill, y'all not going to be happy until he kills somebody. And as his brain deteriorates, he's going to get more violent. I got to go. My package is out for delivery. I need to be watching it because this package has been delivered twice. And the first time I just reordered it, and when I reordered it, It came, it was delivered, I didn't get it. The next time it was delivered, I I just called them and I was like, I didn't get my package, so they sent me another one for free. So, because the last time I got it and paid for it, because I was like, damn, I really wanted this. But anyways, y'all, take care of each other, protect your energy. Let me know what you think about the topics. Men wearing nail polish. Oh, bisexual men. It's kind of been a theme today. And these violent ass heterosexual men, football players, Tyreek Hill. Let me know what y'all think about the nail polish. Isn't the nail polish thing interesting? I'm just saying, stop. I don't know why I don't think like that. It's so weird. It's like literally successful programming for you to like start enforcing things like nail polish, like in your brain. There's something in your brain that puts a connection to nail polish and femininity, and then you don't want to see femininity expressed in men, and then because if it is, that means that they're gay or something like that. Like that connection there, where did you learn that from? Like when a lot of women have a lot of self-hate to unpack. You don't like yourself being expressed in what you created is insane. So anyways, take care of each other, protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.